The AVCA Video Tip of the Week is presented by Volleyball Training Solutions, an educational resource and interactive website for volleyball coaches, and brought to you by the AVCA.
Today we're going to be working with our libero Sloan Donahoff on just some different defensive things we focus on here at Michigan. We're going to go through a progression starting with focusing on the platform and just how she controls the ball with her arms and with her platform, and then we'll progress into some postural things and some more specific things into the position. So the first thing we're going to do is just focus on how, I use the term platform awareness, but how aware she is of her platform and how she can control the ball just with her platform. So she's going to dig to start out with. She's going to dig to herself, and then she's going to step in and set her dig to what we call 5 and 5. When we do a 5 and 5, we want, if a non-setter is setting the ball, we want them to set the ball to a hitter, preferably cross court, an easier ball to hit, 5 feet off the net and 5 feet in the court. So not a perfect set, but a ball we can get a good swing on. So she's going to work on her platform by trying to control the ball to herself so that she can then set that 5 and 5. Sloan plays left back for us, so we're going to use her in the left back position. I'm just going to slap the ball and have her move from a base position to a read. So she's starting in her base, then she's going to move to a read. Now she's digging to herself. And that's setting 5 and 5 across the court. She's doing a good job of keeping the ball in front of her, but still cracking her platform a little bit, controlling her platform to get the ball up and down to a place she can set from. The next thing we're going to do, one of the things with the digging to yourself and setting 5 and 5 across court is it does force her into more of a lower position or a backwards position where she's not forward, which we really want them forward. I'm going to hit a couple more balls to have her set to herself, and you'll notice she's sitting back a little bit because it's the only way she can control the ball to herself. But I want to really focus on keeping her forward as she digs the ball. Now we're going to progress to the next step, which is getting her to dig the ball more out in front of her. And so to do that, I'm going to have her actually finish her dig in a bear crawl position as she finishes. This will force her shoulders out in front of her in a forward position, and she just finishes with a couple of steps of a bear crawl. What I like about that progression is it forces her to be in a forward position. It gets her shoulders out in front of her feet, and she's thinking about digging the ball out in front of her rather than letting the ball get behind her. If I go to side, to her outside of her body, same thing. I want her to dig the ball out in front, and she still has to bear crawl out of it. My fault. We get it. Oh, sorry. Didn't get it side to side very well. One more. The next step we want to do is now have her dig that ball out in front. But we want her to collapse through the ball, but we really want to focus on her shoulders finishing toward the target. So she wants the ball to go to the center of the court. We want to make sure she gets around that ball with her shoulders behind the ball. We always talk about trying to get shoulders in a position where we're behind the ball rather than hands outside the shoulders. Now she can't control the ball. So we'll go away from her body, shoulders behind it. My fault. You'll notice that Sloan was playing those balls on the last step of the progression where she's shooting underneath and kind of breaking her platform and sliding along her forearms. That can be kind of a painful process to learn. I think a couple of things that maybe with younger players you can try is mats. You can use like a gym mat that's padded where they can get used to doing that without a ball and then with a ball in a very controlled situation. And so they're learning how to use their forearms to slide along the floor. The next step is a lot of times you can put socks, like high socks, so it covers their hands and their arms. So as they slide, the socks hit the floor and their arms slide slide right through. That might be a helpful way to get them to that stage without losing too much skin and without having too much pain, so that they don't want to make that move anymore.
The AVCA Video Tip of the Week is presented by Volleyball Training Solutions, an educational resource and interactive website for volleyball coaches, and brought to you by the AVCA and Sportwide.